Hello, everybody, and welcome to our half marathon talk series episode, whatever you want to call it, that we now do within the Long Run Show podcast. Hey, did you know there's another podcast that copied our name? Did you know that?
I forgot to catch up with you about this. I know you sent me it. What happened? What was the story?
I emailed them. I said, it's up to you. I mean, I couldn't care less either way, to be honest with you. But you do know that, we put the podcast out as like the Long Run Show. And obviously, we've got stuff within that. Yeah. Like we've got the shoes and then we've got marathon talk and all that sort of stuff. They went back, yeah, you only do the odd long run show. So, yeah, we ain't bothered. I was like, oh, okay. Don't need to be rude about it. Don't think we'll be having them on as a guest. But yeah, crack on with it. But yes, anyway, got nothing to do with it. So this is half marathon talk, and we like to talk about half marathons. And this episode, we are specifically going to be talking about the SuperHalfs. Now, if you don't know about them, join the club because I haven't really got a clue because I've not really paid much interest in them because Hayden keeps going on about them. And it's really quite boring. No, we're going to talk about it, and I thought it'd be good to talk about it. And if we get time, I've got another little thing I do want to just touch on quickly because I'm not sure when this comes out. But Hayden, SuperHalfs, what the hell are they?
It's a series of half marathons that someone has picked randomly around Europe, and you complete all 6 of them. It used to be 5, and you've got a time scale. Now they've increased it to 6. They've taken away the time scale because it got so popular. And once you complete all 6, you get this great big medal. It's based on the majors, but sort of like a half marathon series within Europe. So
I think it's very popular. I take the piss. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I love anything to do with half marathons. That's why we started these episodes because we just love. I mean, don't get me wrong, we are obsessed with marathons, but we like and we spoke about this at length in the last episode. If you're not caught that, then do. But we love the just the half marathon, the fact that it reduces many barriers that go up when training for marathons and things like that. So I think that actually the SuperHalfs are a brilliant idea to get people to travel and to do things. Where are they located?
There's actually a word for it. You say about the travel. They're actually now known as runcations. You could do.
What
you can know it.
Absolute load. Honestly,
no, it would get you
making it up.
No, people call them runcations. It's like cross between a vacation and a running holiday. So
I'm sorry. What's the matter with people coming out with these stupid names?
Well, what
just say you're going to go and run a half marathon in another country. It doesn't need to have a name.
They can actually give you, I'm not sure if you're aware of this as well. So with the SuperHalfs, when you go to your first one, you get the opportunity at the expo to purchase a passport. And every expo you go to, they stamp your passport. So it is like a passport, like a holiday thing. So you go to all of them. So by the time you get all of them, which are Prague, Berlin, Copenhagen, Lisbon, Cardiff, and Valencia. So by the time, if your last one, for me, my last one's come out Berlin, got all the 5 stamps, go to Berlin, get my 6 stamps and get my star. So you got this.
And then what does this booklet look like?
It's literally it's like a little passport. It's only a card one, but it's same sort of size. It's like
a passport. Paper. They sold you a piece of paper. How much it cost you?
I think it was £9. But you get the stamps.
I tell you what, lads, we're going to start a series around London. How can we upscale this? Because you've got to remember, there's a lot of people out there like Hayden who are really thick. So I'm going to get a piece of card printed, and I'm going to get some really nice person to sit there and pretend to stamp it with something. But we're going to charge them £9-10. It's going to cost us about a penny to make, and all these people like Hayden are going to come up and get it. This is brilliant. That geezer should get his own medal. Who thought of that? It's a genius idea.
Remember the 6 the big medal, the big one you get for doing a SuperHalf. Remember, that's free. So
what, a piece of paper?
No, the actual medal itself's free.
I would expect it would be. A piece of paper costs £9.
It's not a piece of paper. It's a passport. It's a passport.
It's not a passport. You into a country. It doesn't roll up. When I went to Iceland the other day, I went, "Hello, mate. You all right?" He went, "Yeah, welcome to Iceland. What are you doing?" I'm travelling about a bit. Can I see your documents? And I gave him my passport. He did then turn around and say, "Yeah, but can I have your SuperHalf piece of paper? Otherwise, you can't get in." He didn't ask me for that. So it's not, is it? I don't need it to get into a country. It's total and utter nonsense.
It's the same as having your email portal on the majors where you get given your star and you get excited. Say, I've got 3 stars. Now I've got 4 stars. These I've got 4 stamps. I've got 5 stamps. No, nothing gets you excited. Apart from half marathons. They
I
get
do
you
like
excited.
half marathons. I do like a good. I'll be honest with you. I do like a good half marathon. I was looking for one in June. I was like, I really want to find a good half marathon in June, to get my teeth into.
Southend?
Yeah, you know what? This is the thing. Yeah, I love Southend. I've done it for so many years, but I love I love Southend because I love the community side of things and the club aspect of it. Yeah, you get to run along. You see absolutely amazing people like Darren Burrows and people like that as you're running along. Yeah, and it's just fantastic afterwards, all that sort of stuff. You can't beat it, but at the same time, I've been doing it for about 7 years. I wouldn't mind changing it up. Don't get me wrong, because I probably still will be there. I'm just thinking of another sort of half marathon that I could do. I was
I
looking at
think Swansea's in June.
someone said that it's the week. I think it's the
Welsh
week
one.
before.
Right.
Someone said St Albans as well, but it's a bit up and down.
Hilly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I may do Swansea. I don't know. I just fancy something. I just fancy it. And that's the great thing about half marathons. You can if you want to, you can go and do your nuts but you can recover like quite quickly. Like it might take you a week or something, but you ain't like marathon, 3 or 4 weeks later, you're still like a
I
bit
think
lively.
also, I think also you just picked up on something indirectly as well. There, you're looking at a half marathon in June. You're thinking about Swansea. Yeah, I might book it. I might not. Southend. I might book it. I might not. This is the difference with half marathons. You have that option of accessibility. If we're talking now, I want to run a marathon in September or
No
October.
chance.
Amsterdam sold out.
Good luck.
Yorkshire sold out. This
Good
one
luck.
sold out. You're like, God. So that's a
Going
good
back to
thing.
the super halves, because that brings me right
Yeah.
back to that. How easy are they to get into?
When I first started them a couple of years ago, they were easier. Now they're become an absolute nightmare. They've been quite clever. So I was looking at this, wondering why
They're very clever. £9 for a piece of paper.
I was wondering why they chose the locations they did, and I was reading about it, and they chose Lisbon and Valencia purely because they know they both attract elite athletes. And the times people run, I think Lady broke the world record last week in Lisbon,
Wow.
the elite women. And Valencia is obviously always known as being a fast one. And because they attract these big people now, they're tough to get into, even if they weren't super halves. The fact they're super halves now, it's just elevated onto a different level. The other four are all, again, either oversubscribed or hard to get into. But again, they are, when I think about it, they're all flat and they're all fast. I must be honest.
Can you qualify? Time qualify?
No, it's all ballot. The whole thing's ballot. Although I think, yeah, that could change. And talking about Valencia, I wonder, because Valencia is so oversubscribed, if that will end up being the first like Boston of the world majors and have a time qualifier for it.
Interesting, isn't it?
Could do that.
Again, but see, are we then putting barriers up?
Absolutely.
See, that's what none of ever sits right with me. The £9 piece of paper I can live with.
Although there are barriers with super halves because they all have a cut-off time of 2 hours 30.
Oh, that's bollocks then.
Yeah.
I honestly, the more you tell me about these super halves, the more I dislike them.
They're lenient with it. I've seen people run 2:35, 2:40. They're quite lenient. And when we was at Prague the year before last, it was so hot, they extended it by about 15, 20 minutes. But I haven't seen anyone sort of get there so far and they'd be like, no, that doesn't count. But they do advertise.
They're a bit sensible with it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, that's okay. They've come back from being totally slagged off, maybe slagged off later. What would you say is the one thing they need to, other than the cut-off time, would you say they need to change about the super halves?
I think naturally, as it's evolving, it's changing, it's getting better. So I really slagged off Lisbon last year. And the people that done it before me always said to me, be careful, Lisbon's a nightmare. And I went last year and it was absolute carnage. It was awful.
They said the same about Cardiff, bruv.
Yeah, Cardiff, this is where it comes back to oversubscribed. All of them now have become oversubscribed. I think Cardiff went up by about 4,500 people in 1 year. I don't see what logistics changed. All it meant is the roads are busier. Everything
toilets.
around
They said they didn't have enough toilets. I know that.
Yeah, Cardiff was really, really hard, but the bag drop was just an absolute disaster. But I think this is the thing they need to change, because they're becoming more and more oversubscribed. Either set a limit and say, no, that's a lot, or get better infrastructure in place, because they definitely need it. But Lisbon, last week, spoke to quite a few people that done it. They said it was absolutely fantastic, no issues at all. So that's a good sign. They're listening.
Yeah, they need to listen. They need to improve the show, improve the experience of runners. Because other than Berlin, I've only heard negative, and Valencia, sorry, I've only heard negative things from those races. Again, I've not done any of them, so this is only third-hand stuff. But I've not heard anybody come back other than those 2 races with a good experience yet. But you just say you think you put that down to the fact that they're learning.
I think so. They've had to learn quick because they've gone from half marathons that had 10,000 people to half marathons and now taking 22, 23,000 people.
Makes sense.
On, so
Makes sense. Is Barcelona one of them?
No. The other one actually that I can't really criticize, I think was amazing, was probably Copenhagen. Is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I've got some clients running Copenhagen Marathon actually. That looks good.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you with these super halves. You're gonna hate me. I question the choices as well because I think they have a great opportunity. I think they could have. Barcelona would have been a good shout. That's it. I know that's a TikTok heaven for a lot of people, but I think like when you see some of the other half marathons, like the New York City ones, I think is it just been or just gone or
just
coming?
been? Yeah, I think it was last week. I think it was a week before. Yeah.
Massive event.
Yeah.
There's one out in where is it? It's the most popular one. Somewhere I can't remember where it is. It's got more people do it than the Great North Run.
Yes, I think it's in Sweden. It might be.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
Right. Yeah.
Great North Run could have been in there. I've got nothing against the cities that have got them. Got nothing against Cardiff. Cardiff's a great place. Blah blah blah. I just feel they rushed it with the choices. I think they could have made a real good group of events. Not that they're not now. Don't get me wrong. Start hammering me. Yeah. But I just think there would have been a great opportunity to sort of widen it out and and then, as I say, I appreciate again we say about barriers and things like that. Going to New York's not cheap and all that kind of stuff. Got no idea how you get into that race, whatever, right? But I'm just saying I think they could have maybe looked a little bit differently at it in terms of the races that they picked.
I think if we address Barcelona first, I think they wouldn't choose Barcelona because they only go with one in Spain. They're going to go one in each country. Yeah, and if you look at marathons and half marathons, Barcelona is big, but I think it goes a long way to argue that I think Valencia possibly is bigger than Barcelona when it comes to running a marathon and a half. I think they possibly made the right choice there. France are not going to have a race in because of all the medical stuff, same as Italy.
Well, they don't like giving you cups either of water. They'd rather you dehydrate when you run a marathon. But yeah,
and you got all the medical stuff in Italy. There is a couple of ones. I think Budapest half is meant to be absolutely fantastic, so that would have been a good shout to put in there. But
Budapest is a great place.
I think the UK, the Cardiff one was a little bit of a strange one. I think, as you said, Manchester. If you want to stay away from England, Edinburgh would have been a great choice for it. They do a great half there.
Edinburgh half, as I've always said, I'd like to go back and do the Edinburgh half. Yeah, Edinburgh half would have been a good shout. Edinburgh half, as I said, I think I know it's tough against a ballot, but so are the others. But Great North Run would have been a great name to have in there. The thing is, there is a lot. I appreciate there's a lot of it, a lot of them to do. But what was to stop them when they thought about it? Then because they're a little bit more accessible. I know we're putting barriers up with some of these choices, but I said, actually, this massive medal, it's got 12 things in it, or whatever, or 9 or whatever. And really spread it a bit further out, further afield,
Well, they have gone from 5 to 6. They added Berlin, and I think you're spot on. I think they will increase that to same as the majors. I think they'll increase that to 9. The thing is with the halves, the difference is the marathons you're a little bit more limited on choice. I think the halves, there's just so many. Just last year, I'd done Barcelona half, which is brilliant. Lanzarote half, fantastic. Alicante half, all these sort of ones that are weekends away. They're all great races.
Runcations.
Big choice. These runcations. The problem is, I don't know if my passport will take all these stamps. It's not that big.
For your piece of card, you'd have to go from a piece of A3 to a piece of A4 or something. Or
don't be so miserable. Running, honestly,
it's not miserable. It's the fact that I'm just so impressed that somebody's thought, I've got a brilliant idea. We're going to charge them £9 for a bit of card. Someone like Hayden's going to buy this. And I think it's genius. Honestly, I think anybody who comes up with ideas like that, they need a medal because it's genius that they're going to do it. Can you buy super half merch?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Here's a question then, because I don't know if you're listening to this or watching this on our marathon talk series that we do, which we love. We have started this year rating the sort of the current year's merch. Hayden absolutely destroyed Tokyo's merch. He hated it. It was almost, I would say, almost racist about it. Don't get me started when we go to Berlin. It's going to be terrible. Might have to get the lawyers involved. But we both just love the Boston stuff, right? So anyway, we always rate the point is we always rate the sort of current merch. Does the super half stuff change race by race, or is it like a thing?
So each race you go to, they do produce sort of like a local top as well. But you do have that predominant thing. Everyone at the expo, there's a super half stall and they sell the super half merch, which in your words, probably best of coming from you because this is your podcast, is absolutely pony.
It's our
It
podcast.
really is.
I'm not taking the blame for all of this.
No, honestly, the actual super half merch I think is awful.
I'm going to have a look now.
It's very few and far between as well.
If I could share my screen, I would. Right, super halves.
Yeah, it's predominantly this orange and black and white color.
Let's have a look.
It's not.
Let's have a look because I'm on a bit of a roll tonight. Let's have a look. Store. This is good news. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's not great. It's not great.
Oh, Hayden, this is embarrassing.
But it's not as expensive as like a world major merch.
This
to be fair
is
to 'em.
embarrassing.
No, it's not.
This is somebody who's got a little logo on Canva, got a little Etsy store. Oh, the cotton bag. What an absolute piss take. Save image. You're getting this. I'm saving this. This is a disgrace.
Oh, you're being harsh on
I'm
them.
not being
Come
harsh.
on, they
When
do a
you
good
see
job.
this image, right, here we go. Where can I get? I'm going to add a picture. I can't get over this.
As I said, some of the individual ones have their own stuff. Like Prague had their own Prague top and that. And some of them are good. This is just alongside it.
Hayden, I could have gone to Daisy and said, Daisy, get on Canva, right, and knock me up a quick bit of merch for super halves. If she'd closed her eyes, she'd have done a better job than what you've got here. It's key rings. Who's going to buy a key ring? What? I mean, who's going to buy hats? This hat is so bad.
But the stall, honestly, the stalls are really small. They don't sell
I'm
much
not surprised.
It's probably why, yeah. But they don't sell much merch. It's
right. So,
about that.
as always, in the thing of fairness, as we do on this pod, hang on, let me just show you the bag. Again, apologies on the podcast. I'm going to get Hayden to describe it. Here we go. You ready for this? 3, 2. I built this up.
I ain't got one.
I built this up now. Honestly,
it's an orange tote bag. It's terrible. It's bad.
It's like a Sainsbury's bag. In fact, a Sainsbury's plastic bag is better value.
No, but what you got to understand is, so when you go to a World Marathon Major and you go into the expo, just to say we're at London. You go in there, you're going to go around the actual London merch, and New Balance merch is there and it's great. Then you're going to go around to the Abbott's Major stall, which is sort of like the overriding challenge. And they always have a really small stall with really selected merch. And to be honest, Abbott stuff isn't fantastic.
10 quid for a lanyard. A lanyard is 10 quid. This is great. Keep your essentials close without lanyard. The versatile accessory for daily use, designed for both style and function. It's perfect for workouts and as an everyday companion. Keep everything closed and secure. No fumbling through bags or pockets to keep your keys. Just have it on your lanyard. Now, I'm a person who loves a good lanyard, especially with my one that's my hidden disability one. But look, Buds is in the house. Even Buds has been dismayed by the super half merch. But yeah, it's like 10 quid for a lanyard. Why would you spend 10 quid on a lanyard? Do you want to come up, Buds, on the pod?
Actually, do you know what? Talking about merch and about merch and half marathons at Alicante, I got the best and cheapest, best value piece of merch I've ever had at any race anywhere in the world.
A piece of paper, passport?
No, I bought a jacket. It's like it's waterproof, probably ain't waterproof. It's an over jacket. It's a white one. And it's got the Alicante half marathon on it, and it was €10.
Oh, fair play.
nearly
Fair play.
£8 for a jacket. It was honestly, it was
Let's have a look.
fantastic. Couldn't
Let's have
believe
a
it.
look if we can get a super half jacket.
No, I don't. They don't do much merch. You probably can't even get one.
I mean, honestly, this is just unbelievable.
But then you look, when we talk about half marathons, you don't have many expos for half marathons anywhere in the world. So it's always going to be difficult to have loads and loads of merch anyway, isn't it? Do you know of an expo in the UK for a half marathon?
No, but I don't really. No, I don't know. I don't actually. No, I don't know whether it's warranted. I remember they tried it years ago at Great North Run. They had like it over the other side of the key. No one went, so they sacked it off. Makes sense, right? Because you're on your runcation, you've got other things to do. I can't get over this. I'm going to show this again. Look at it. Look. It's just embarrassing. So we wrap this section up. I'm going to rate that. No, you can rate the merch. Remember, it's a scale of 0 to 10.
Yeah, honestly, I can't see past 2. I'll be honest about it.
That's a bit generous. They're not getting more than 0. They're not getting more than 0. But just decide me something for the super half merch. It's got to be better than that. Yeah, no worries, he says. He's on it. He just puts his paw print on it to be better. It's like, you know what I mean? So super halves up your game.
No, right, but you can get like you went out to Lisbon. You can get a Lisbon top.
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the super halves stuff. I've got a really nice T-shirt. I don't know what we're talking about here. Maybe we're talking about half marathon, talking about clothes for fun. Anyway, I got the Abbott's T-shirt, cotton T-shirt with all the stuff on it. But it's a really nice T-shirt.
Yeah,
I think it costs about £8,000. But it's I like the Abbott's World Major stuff, the stuff they do. They've got some nice hoodies and stuff like that. And it doesn't look like it's designed on Canva by a 3-year-old, which is great. Right, moving on. So that's your super halves, people. And look, a lot of what I say is tongue in cheek. I genuinely think super halves in general are actually a good thing, because anything that gets people to these events, gets people traveling, gets people seeing other places in the world. Kudos to the races for putting this stuff on. Kudos to the volunteers for making it happen. On a serious point, yeah, I'm being serious for a change. It's great. All this stuff is great. You know, it gives some people stuff to talk about, it gives people stuff to look forward to. It does reduce a barrier in the fact that you're not training for a marathon. All that kind of stuff. I'm a big supporter of it, and give super halves massive kudos for coming out with something that people who don't want to train for a marathon can aspire to do. So, no, I take the piss, but generally, seriously, massive kudos to them, and I really, wish them all the success, because I do think it is a good thing, and I love it when the community are doing these sort of events and that stuff. I think it's brilliant, mate. So, no, fair play to say. A lot of what I say is tongue in cheek, but no, in seriousness, I do think the super halves are actually a good thing. And I tell you what, again, who's benefiting from the super halves?
Go on,
Paul. It's like a theme, isn't it?
Sports International.
Sports Tours International. That boy, I tell you, he's a smart cookie. I wanted to finish because I'm not 100% sure when this is going to come out, but I wanted to finish because one of my favourite half marathons is coming up. And I know it's one of your favourite half marathons. It's coming up in early April. And I've got a couple of sweet spots for a few half marathons. And this one definitely has a place in my heart. And it's the London Landmarks Half Marathon. I've run it every year other than last year when I did the Brighton Marathon. And I'll be honest with you, I enjoy Brighton, but I would have rather been running the London Landmarks Half Marathon.
Yeah, get it.
There's a few reasons for it, really. Firstly, I know it raises so much money for Tommy's, the charity, which is just amazing, right? When you hear some of the heartbreaking stories that charity supports, it's unbelievable. So that's why I love doing that. I love doing the Cancer Research 10K as well. Same principle, how much money of that goes back to the charity. I do like those events. Same with Southend Half, Haven's Hospice, how much money that generates to them. But the London Landmarks, so yeah, first is the Tommies. I think it's got that real, I know it's hard to get into, but it's got that, it's got that real sort of community vibe to it. A bit like, actually give Brighton some kudos, a bit like Brighton felt in terms of a marathon. It's got like that community kind of vibe to it. It's got that sort of like everyday runner, like big race for everyday normal people. It's a bit like a spring Great North Run in London. And I kind of dig that. I don't know about you.
No, listen, I'll say something quite controversial. Take Tower Bridge out of the equation, let's put that to one side now. The route is a lot better than London Marathon. It shows off more of London.
And the marathon.
London Marathon itself, apart from the finish.
I thought you was going to say Big Half.
Oh no, Big Half, it wipes the floor, but you can't even talk about Big Half.
No. Let me just clarify this point. You are saying that other than Tower Bridge, this route is better than the London Marathon.
Correct, 100%. Shows off more London. In my opinion, it shows off more London. I know it's windy.
Okay. No, sorry, it's okay. Buds can take over the next episode.
That's not derogatory to London Marathon. I just think this shows off even more of London. It's in, out, it's windy, yes, but you get to see a lot.
I'm sorry, but running around Guildhall does not show off the best parts of London. If you'd said to me, if it had a little bit of Royal Parks in it, and we had a little bit of Oxford Street, and we had a little bit of Regent Street, and we had a little bit of everything, and we had all that sort of Buckingham Palace, and I could kind of get that. I think you're talking nonsense.
The finish line's in Trafalgar Square. You don't get to see that in London Marathon. I like landmarks,
but
I really do.
I can't even believe we're having this conversation.
Listen, when you're doing London Marathon, when this comes out, they probably about a week or so to go. Them first 8 miles, 9 miles.
But it's the London Marathon.
Yeah, the event. I'm not talking about the event. I'm talking about what you see when you're showing off London. Apart from Cutty Sark and Tower Bridge and Buckingham
I'm sorry,
Palace.
but the London. Don't get me. Again, I'm just kind of come back to reality here, because I think my friends like, I don't know, Buds, help me out here. But there's no the route. It's just like it's not showing off the best parts. Yeah, you go past Buckingham Palace, yeah, and then you head into the city.
St Paul's Cathedral, you've
Tower.
There's loads about it.
It's just harsh.
Listen, as you said, Big Half, you can't even compare it when it comes to half.
Big Half, honestly, it's like you can't compare the two.
No,
it's like, honestly, no, you can't do that. It's like, yeah, but no,
I like that, Mark. It's a fantastic race. Really
look, I'm gonna give you a little bit of credit. Actually, in retrospect, I can kind of guess what you're saying, because you do get Tower Hill in it. You do St Paul's, yeah. You do Buckingham Palace. So yes, I can't believe you are comparing to London Marathon route, but I can kind of, some weird way, think about actually how you've got to that conclusion. Anyway, I do think it is a really good racing event, and I think it's hard to get into, but you can race for charity. Yeah, so you can get in there, and it's not like you've got to raise £1,000 or anything like that. I think some of them are like 350, which is still a lot of money, by the way. But I think if you do it once, you might be able to get that together, sort of thing. But I think it's worth it. It's got a really good vibe. Our volunteers are amazing at that event. But all the volunteers at that event are amazing. You get different, like, cool stuff out on the course. I don't know, mate. I think if you could package up a half marathon and take it around the world in terms of the vibe and what it brings, I think that's one that you would put out and package up and take around the world, right? Because it's got that sort of vibe to it. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. And remember, last year it was probably slightly different for me as well, because I've done it about 3 years ago, and I've done it again last year. And last year we run it in reverse. Which
am I running it in reverse this year?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you the question. I don't know. So we started literally right just before House of Parliament. So it's right by the House of Parliament on Whitehall, straight turn left, straight over, down by Whitehall there. It was just different. Then we finished at Trafalgar Square. I don't know. Maybe because I've done it the other way around. I just felt as I was just seeing everything. I just loved it. I think it's a fantastic race.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really, when the thing came through, I was like, yeah, all day long. I love it. It's a great event. As I said, raise a lot of money. And it's don't get me wrong, I've done a couple of half marathons. I've got Brentwood next week, but it's the one I always look forward to.
It's right up there. They're Great North for me. They're the two. Yeah. When people say in the UK, what's the best? I want to do a half marathon. The best one. What's the best one? I'd always go Great Half. And
I think it smacks the living daylights out of Royal Parks.
Oh God, yeah. Oh,
a lot of people like that one. A lot of people sign up for that one.
Just like four park runs plus a kilometre up the Strand.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm lucky enough. I run in like Green Park, High Park. I basically run the route. it's not very inspiring. It's a bit dull in places, to be honest with you. So, yeah, no, London Landmarks, big shout out to them. Yeah, we'll report back on that on the next episode. So there we go. Hopefully you've learned something. Like Bud's definitely learned something. He learned that if he has £9, he's going to buy a piece of paper, and what? And also, Bud, he's going to get a tote bag for £5 from Sainsbury's. But no, on a serious point, we hope you learned about the super halves. We genuinely, all jokes aside, we generally do support them. We think they're a good thing. Hayden to say you're going to be out there doing Berlin in a couple of weeks, aren't you? So
Saturday and 2 weeks. And interesting with the super halves. One thing they do that other races don't. The day before, so I'm out there on the Sunday. The day before the Saturday is the Prague super half. So they got Prague super half Saturday,
brilliant,
and the Berlin super half on the Sunday. You can actually get a train from one to the other to make it that even more exciting.
And again, you know, I've hammered them, but I think that's brilliant. That's innovative. Definitely. That's something different. That's something cool. So again, kudos. So go and check out the super halves. I'm not as big a fan as Hayden, but generally, I think the concept's a good idea. Let's say just a merch needs to work. But yeah, other than that, we shall be back as always next Friday. Christ knows what we're going to be talking about next Friday. It could be marathon talk. It could be becoming a better runner. It could be our live show. Who knows? But we hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you leave us a nice review. We've got a lot of terrible ones out there because there's a lot of people that hate Hayden. So you need to stop like whatever you're doing and go over to Apple and write a really nice review. Even if you want to see more buds on the pod, all right? You just got to make sure you leave a nice review for us all, okay? So we'd really appreciate it. But yes, other than that, thanks, big boy, as always, and we shall see you all later.